Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to discuss depression and social media, or social media and depression. We're going to talk about this whole idea of social media causing depression and kind of really kind of get into whether or not social media really does cause depression. Now, there's a lot of research out there that suggests that, and it will tell you that social media does cause depression. And while I'm not going to necessarily disagree with it, at least not right now, I'm going to explain my position on it, my stance on it, and kind of just work my way through it. And let's try to make sense of whether or not it does cause social media does cause depression. All right, so please take some time to subscribe as well. Don't forget to leave your comments. I would want to know your thoughts as well. Don't forget to hit the like button also. All right, so let's get into it. Now, research does state that social media causes depression. And so I got to thinking about it. Does social media really does cause someone to be in a depressive state? Now, the truth is, if you look further into that research, it says that what really happens, it's because people get jealous. So people develop this sense of jealousy over a period of time. So they're following someone, right, on social media, on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or whatever the case is, and they're dedicated to following either someone or a large group of people. And so they're following these people and they're kind of living their lives in some way through the people that they admire or that they're just following, or also just through people that they're just seeing on social media. So you're coming across people who are just on social media all the time. Obviously, they're posting all the time. And what happens is that these people are comparing themselves, right? These people who eventually going to become depressed are comparing themselves to the people that they're following. And the research says then that comparison, that constant comparison of seeing somebody doing better than you, taking all these trips, they're in such great shape because they're posting all these workout videos and pictures on Instagram or whatever the case is. And then what happens is the follower becomes jealous. And then that jealousy leads to depression. All right, now if we take that at face value, then I guess we can say, yes, social media does cause depression. But then let's kind of step back and take a different look at it. Is it that the person is already predisposed to depression, right? So what causes someone to become jealous and to end up in this real depressive state of mind? Or is it that the person was already depressed and came across this social media, these social media followings, and just constantly getting into looking and comparing themselves to all these images that they're seeing, that the jealousy that they already have, right, is already a reflection of the fact that they might already be depressed. So does social media really cause depression, or does social media reveal someone who is who is already in a predisposed depressive state of mind? In other words, what social media does, it's not that it actually causes the person to become depressed, is that it just accelerates somebody who's already predisposed to becoming depressed. And if you're predisposed, it means that you're already in a somewhat a depressive state of mind because of the jealousy, right? And then let's kind of step back and think about this for a while. So you have been following somebody online, and you are envious and jealous of that person, right? So you're envious and jealous, and because you have envy and jealousness inside of you, because of you're watching all these different people or that one person that you're following, because of that, because you're envious of the body that they have. This person's working out all the time, or these people are working out all the time and they post their videos. Or they post their homes because they've been working hard all the time and you've been supporting them, by the way, right? Because you've been watching their videos, you've been following them on Instagram or whatever the case is, And because of that, they have been able to come up. They've been able to do good for themselves. And that has made you jealous and envious for what they have. And so research is saying that that jealousness and enviousness that you have now is what is causing you to be depressed. So now you have to ask yourself, why are you so jealous and have so much envy for what somebody else is clearly working hard for? Why isn't it everybody is becoming jealous and envious for what somebody else have? So that's something else I think we have to look at, right? Why can some people watch workout videos of people in shape or whatever the case is on Instagram and not become jealous? Why can some people see someone post $1 million homes and cars and fancy cars that cost a lot of money and take all these trips, but they're not jealous and becoming depressed? Why is it that some people are becoming depressed, and why is it that some people are not becoming so envious and jealous and depressed because of what other people have? And that, I think, is something that you really got to look at, right? So what is it why does the person who can look at it and be okay versus the person who cannot look at it and be okay, what is the difference? One person believes that they can accomplish those things in life if they want to. They use it as an inspiration, not as something that makes them envious of what the other person has. Whereas the other person, they don't believe they can accomplish those things at all. And you'll hear people like that say stuff like, well, I'm never going to have a car like that. I'm never going to have money like that. I'm never going to have a car like that. I'm never going to have a home like that. I'm never going to be able to take trips like that. Those are the people who are more likely to be envious and jealous, because what they've already done is they've told themselves that they're not going to be able to accomplish something. So all they got to do now is stay in their little silos and be envious of someone else who's accomplishing certain things in their life. And that's where that envy and that jealousy. So if you're already in that envious, jealous state of mind, are you not already depressed? I think you are. I think you are already depressed and envious. And if anything, what social media does is not necessarily to cause maybe the depression for everyone, but I think it accelerates the depression that some people already have. So I think I would push back a little bit on a lot of scholars and researchers who say that social media really just causes all of this depression. I think you've got to put a question mark next to that. I think you really have to think about it. So I'll push back a little bit on, academics and scholars and all that who say, well, social media causes depression. I'm not saying it can't, but I'm saying, is someone that already depressed if they're envious and they're jealous? And so what social media does is not always cause everyone's depression, but is that it accelerates the depression for a lot of people that they already have, because they're already in that predisposed depressive state of mind, because they're envious and jealous for what other people have. They can't look at good things that people have and be inspired. I see homes and cars and stuff like that, and I don't think, oh my God, I'm so jealous for what this person have. Like, I'm so envious. Oh, I wish they would, whatever the case is, because they have these things. I don't think like that. Why don't I think like that? Why don't a lot of people think like that? Maybe because we believe that we can overcome whatever it is that we're going through. That if we want those things, that we can get those things. So we don't become jealous with what someone have, because we've already crafted and have an idea of our own destiny and where we want to go. So we don't spend our time, just kind of being so into what somebody else is doing. We have our own goals, our own dreams. And maybe people who don't have their own goals and dreams and aspirations find themselves jealous and envious. So let me know what you think. Does social media completely cause depression? Or are these people who are being depressed because they're jealous and envious of what other people have? They're already predisposed to being depressed, and some of them are already depressed. And what scholars are doing is that they're not separating the fact that some of these people are already depressed, predisposed to being depressed, and it's not social media alone you can blame for someone being depressed. You got to put some blame on the person as well. Social media just reveals the fact that somebody doesn't like themselves, that they're already depressed. So please subscribe and please leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications, because I post, at least every day, or at least 4 or 5 times a week. I'm always posting. As I said, leave your comments. I love to hear your feedback. Don't forget to share the videos and hit the like button. That is really important that you do that. And until next time, peace.